Hello and welcome to Bytes of Health, where we hope to take a bite out of your parent worries each day with sound advice and guidance. Every morning, we'll answer a commonly asked pediatric question in 5 minutes or less. I'm Dr. Jess Steyer, a public health scientist, and today I am solo. This episode is sponsored by the Gerber Medical Hub. Trying new foods with your baby can be a fun adventure, but it could also be overwhelming with all the mixed messages out there. So for this reason, we're excited to share that we've partnered with the Gerber medical team on a 3-episode Fact or Fiction series to bring you evidence-based information, debunk myths, and share the latest guidelines. The Gerber medical team is a group of dietitians, lactation counselors, and food scientists dedicated to advancing the health and well-being of infants, toddlers, and young children. This is our 2nd episode in the series, and today we're going to talk about heavy metals and baby food. The clock is ticking, so let's get to it. All right, first, what is a heavy metal? So heavy metals are naturally occurring elements found in the Earth's crust. While the term metal might make you think of something like iron or steel, in this context, we're talking about elements that have the potential to be harmful to human health if they accumulate in the body, especially in young children. These elements are called heavy metals because they have a higher density compared to other elements. All right, so fact or fiction, there are dangerous levels of heavy metals in commercial baby food. This is fiction. While it's natural to be concerned, the levels of heavy metals found in foods, including baby foods, are typically very low and extremely unlikely to cause harm. The amounts detected in baby food are far below levels of concern, and actually we're exposed to far more heavy metals in the water we drink or even we eat a piece of dried fruit. Regulatory agencies set strict standards, and baby foods are required to fall within these limits. All right, fact or fiction, I can avoid heavy metals by making my own baby food. This is also fiction. This is a common misconception. So it's impossible to completely avoid heavy metals in foods because they occur naturally in soil and water and are absorbed by crops as they're grown. Therefore, they can be present in both homemade and commercial baby foods. So making your own baby food does not necessarily reduce exposure to these elements. The key is to focus on variety and balance in your baby's diet. All right, next question. Which foods are most likely to contain heavy metals? So some foods like rice and root vegetables tend to absorb more heavy metals from the soil due to how they're grown. However, these foods also offer important nutrients. So instead of avoiding them entirely, the key is to focus on variety. Mix up the grains you offer, include a colorful mix of fruits and vegetables, and don't rely too heavily on any single food item in your baby's diet. Remember, our bodies are quite good at processing and excreting small amounts of most heavy metals. All right, how can I minimize my baby's exposure to heavy metals? While it's impossible to completely eliminate exposure, you can take steps to reduce it. So you want to offer a varied diet, wash produce thoroughly with water, consider using filtered water for cooking and drinking, and limit foods known to be higher in certain metals, like rice. Remember, a balanced diet is key, and the nutritional benefits of most foods outweigh the minimal risks from trace elements of metals. So finally, should I be worried about long-term effects from heavy metals in food? The answer is that long-term effects from levels typically found in foods are highly unlikely. The focus, again, should be on an overall nutrition and development rather than on trace contaminants. In fact, good nutrition helps the body mitigate effects of exposure. So if you have specific concerns, you want to discuss them with your pediatrician, of course. But again, the levels typically found in foods are unlikely to cause any long-term effects. All right. Well, we hope you learned something today, and we have lots more to share. You can get your Bite of Health every day, Monday through Friday. If you like what you've heard here, let us know. Leave us a review on Apple and be sure to tell your friends. Remember, there's no single or best way to parent. Parenting is a journey, and we are all just doing our very best. We wish you happy, healthy, and stress-free parenting.